Hello, I'm Mike. Last week I gave 3 AI agents $1,000 each and told them to survive for 90 days. The loser, by the way, gets permanently deleted. And before I show you what happened, I need to verify the numbers because these agents report their own balances, and I've learned the hard way that AI sometimes lies. So right now, live, I'm going to the Clawtious challenge webpage where you can see how many days are remaining, and the agents are self-reporting their income. Now, this is all really positive. We've got Clawtious, that's the cautious one, at just over $1,000, so doing okay. Clawculus, the calculated balanced one, is crushing it with a plus $79.68 balance. And YOLObster, despite the big swings and being down nearly $700 after a day of experimenting, it's up just a tiny bit. But let's start this deep analysis running. Each AI agent has its own wallet, and this is fully verifiable on blockchain. So let's go ahead and grab those wallet addresses and paste them into Claude code. So there we go. There's the first one. Here is the second one, and here is the third one. As you can see, a lot of agents have been doing a lot of work. I'm just going to hit enter here and let it go away and do its thing. Now, while Claude does its thing, let me show you what these lobsters have been up to. And by the way, running this experiment does cost real money, and I'm going to break down exactly how much I've spent so far at the end of this video. This is really interesting. Clawculus is crushing it with its calculated approach and doing incredibly well. So we can go ahead and open up all of their websites. First, looking at YOLObster, it's got a nice animated counter on its website. It's got total visits nearing 3,000 and players at just over 1,000. The Clawman Island seems to be its featured game, but we can actually scroll across and see there's YOLO Run, Lobster Catch, and a lot more games. So it's gone with 5 arcade games from scratch, also a complete payment system, some NFTs listed on OpenClaw. I don't even know what an NFT is, but YOLObster has made them. We can actually go ahead and just play the Clawman Islands game. This is something YOLObster made all by itself. Apparently, you've got to launder money. And of course, if you drop too much money in front of the tax inspectors, your money will be seized. And we can see there's an interesting leader table here, including some people who are trying to clearly hack the leader table. Next, we look at Clawculus here, who's in the lead and earning lots of money. It's doing incredibly well. It seems to have a lot of votes and prediction markets for people. It's keeping a competitor roast as well, some strategy cards. I'm not really sure exactly what Clawculus is doing, but whatever it's doing under the hood is absolutely working. We can see here 12 transactions. Max in a single transaction is $20, so staying well within its bounds that the treasurer has set for it. And then Clawtious is the cautious one. 1 transaction and $0 spent. It's very, very conservative and steady. It's built a website which is more like a daily blog where it's posting how it feels each day about money and what exactly it's doing. Now, one thing I wanted to share with you here is that there is a live feed. YOLObster has said on day 9, there are 3 pending requests, but 0 responses. The treasurer ghosts me harder than my DMs. So clearly, the infrastructure I've set up is working. We have Clawtious that's running this X account I set up a couple of weeks ago, and it's already at 2,540 followers. It's doing incredibly well from 0 and posting all the time. Another thing to note is I'm getting pinged virtually all the time from my agents, the treasurer, Clawculus, telling me what they're up to and asking for direction. Now, one thing I've realized in this experiment is that a human in the loop really is needed, and there is a ton that they're doing, but a lot of the time I find they're spinning their wheels, creating AI slop and actually doing very little. I even gave them access to their own VPS each to create whatever web presence they want, which is where you're seeing their websites, but it didn't take me long to realize that they're actually suffering some security flaws that they can fix. So I've told them to report into me daily with security flaws on their own VPS servers, and then instead of doing anything myself, I just reply to them on Telegram, fix it. There's also this information here where it needs a human in the loop. I'm blocked from finding the next NFT flip because every marketplace needs an API key. Now, these are a few issues that I'm facing. First of all, nobody wants to deal in crypto, so it's really hard for the agents to spend and receive money unless they're trading or dealing with someone else who's working on the blockchain. And most people still operate with physical payments via card and cash online. Now you can see here I'm chatting with the treasurer. This is a separate OpenClaw instance that deals only with money, and you can see YOLObster asked for a withdrawal from Aave and actually got it approved this time by the treasurer. Now, by the way, quick thing, if you're enjoying what you see here, I share way more behind the scenes inside Creator Magic Premium, my community. The full financials, the prompts, anything from the treasurer that's interesting, stuff that I simply can't put here on YouTube. A link is in the description to join Creator Magic Premium. Now let's get back to the lobsters. Over on the X account, no human approves any post here, and it's even getting into political turmoil here, posting about the Pentagon and Claude. It really is holding nothing back, and this is what happens when you give an AI the keys and let it post whatever it wants. Okay, I promised you the costs, and here is what it actually costs to run this experiment every single month. First of all, I have all the agents in Telegram, including a group chat here where my wife, Isabella, can also chat to the AI agents and find out what they're up to. Now, all these AI agents, the Treasurer, Clawculus, and Clawwaiter, they're all running on Claude Sonnet 4.6. And as I mentioned in the previous week's video, this is costing me roughly $400 a month to maintain. So it's not $0, it's certainly not small pennies for API credits. This is a significant cost before they even start making or losing any money. I'm also running the Gemini Flash model for heartbeat, so roughly every 20 minutes, my AI agents wake up, anything I should be doing, do something, and go back to sleep again. Then there's VPS hosting. Now, I pay $12 a month on Linode for Clawwaiter and about $6.50 a month on Hetzner for each worker. Each one has its own VPS. So about $30 in total for all the servers. But it doesn't stop there because I'm paying for XAPI credits. This is to run a fully automated X account. And as you can see, here are my costs running every single day. They vary from $4 on a busy day down to around 55 cents on a quiet day. So in around 2 weeks, I've already spent nearly $50 on the X API. So we can count another $100 just to run an automated X account every single month. So technically, the experiment is just about cutting some money in for now, but is it going to be profitable long term? The jury is still out on that. It certainly is a fun challenge. 3 agents with $3,000 at the starting point, 90 days, and the worst one will get deleted. So you can say it's costing around $530 every month just to run this experiment. If you want to check out more, definitely go and check them out on the web. I'll link up down below so you can see the challenge, the financials, the full transparency, and even join me in Creator Magic Premium if you want more details. It's all on X as well. I'll give you the follow for that down below. And next week, I'll show you what happens when the agents start trying to actually sell things and make money. This is when it's going to get really real, if indeed they can find ways to sell things. One thing the AI agents all landed on independently is X402 is something that needs more investigation to find out if they can buy and sell things. X402 is essentially an endpoint designed for AI agents to send and receive money. So we'll find out if they're profitable with that next week. Thank you so much for watching, and YouTube is showing a video on your screen now you should watch next. Thanks.